Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Investing. Here just to kind of give a little brief as to what I'm doing. So far, I'm kind of up a little about 2% overall for the month. Kind of gained back a little bit, but I had a 24% turnaround yesterday, which is great because I was down like 19%. So I kind of made a good decision, and then readjusted my portfolio the day before. And I think I'm readjusted well for the next few weeks. Right now, all that's in there is just cash. Let's say it's about 10% cash. I have Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PPL, AT&T, Verizon, and I do have JetBlue in there. JetBlue is kind of like my very long-term bet there, because I think they're expanding nicely. They are making some decent monies, and I think that they're going to be I don't know if they're going to be like over. They're not. I wouldn't look for that stock to be over 100, but I would look for that stock to be like around 35. So buying it at 21 or under is a great time to buy it, because if for some reason it goes down when the market goes down, it has emotional trading right now. I think as all their new hubs that they're building come online, I think they're going to be a good buy, especially since they're building more direct flights to major cities. But also I want to talk about is GoPro. They have decent sales. I mean, they're not beating their lofty expectations, but they have good sales, decent profits. It's just that they got to figure out what to do next. And once they figure that out, it's going to be a great buy. However, like all things, you got to do your research, because there are about 5 or 6 lawsuits on that stock right now that are kind of holding it back, I think. And of course they're suing over misrepresentation of data of how financially stable the company is. So what I would say is put GoPro on your watch list. Watch it very, very carefully, because I think it's going to go down more before it starts rising again. I don't think it's going to fall into the cheap stock territory and get delisted. But what I think is going to happen is going to go down. It's going to stay down for probably about a year. We're going to probably stay between the $5 and $10 range, and then I think it's going to start to rise. And I think they're going to figure out what they're doing. They're going to get it involved in some crucial key product market areas and start making some serious profits. And I think that's where it's going to happen, and the stock will start to rise again. Now, I still think it can be an $80 stock. I think they just got to get more of the niche and expand, because I see people using GoPros for lots of things other than what they originally people were buying them for. People were buying them for selfies and surfing and hiking and all those fun videos. But now dealerships are using them to showcase cars, especially the luxury side of it. I've seen some Mercedes and Mercedes, Jaguar, Land Rover, BMW dealerships start using GoPro to do point of view driving, as well as the exterior, and and talking about the vehicle as they drive through it. Now, there's a lot of dealerships across the nation, a lot of large dealerships. So I think that would be a good avenue. I think that's going to increase sales more than what's anticipated, because as dealerships go, and as companies buy products, they tend to get damaged quicker than someone who bought it for personal reasons, and they tend to buy more. They probably tend to buy like 30 or 40 of them, as much as needed for multiple people doing the work. So So GoPro is kind of like heavily on my watch list right now. I'm just kind of focused in on it, and I'm just kind of waiting. My next one is, I know I was toting Fitbit for a while, but I was trading on the ups and downs of it as it was bouncing from 30 to 50 to 30 to 50. Now it's under $20, and you know who's going to start using Fitbit? MLB, Major League Baseball. That's a lot of data. That's a lot of Fitbits. I mean, having your entire team have Fitbits on during the game. So it's like, how many teams, how many players, how many Fitbits are they going to buy? What does this mean for Fitbit? Well, this probably means, if this works out well for the MLB, what's going to happen is that if it works out well, the football league's going to get them. The soccer leagues, foreign sports leagues across the world will start using them. People who are in the Olympics will start using them. Having that data is probably very crucial, and understanding the players. And also what you gotta look at is, if Fitbit really enters into that area of the market and people start using it during professional sports games, that's going to significantly affect the not only the sports gambling industry, but it will also affect individuals who are professional athletes salaried. Because think about it, we all knew some people were good, but what if it finds out that their health stats are saying, hey, you can't keep this up for as long as we thought you could? And you might be able to pinpoint. I think people start betting on how long players stay professional. But I think Fitbit's going to change that, and I think Fitbit's going to get in there, and it's going to be a whole other avenue for Fitbit. I think they're probably going to start making money off of housing all that data too. So like, those are my two stocks that I'm watching heavily. My other stock that I stay watching on is AT&T and PPL. I'm just buying as much shares as I can. Bank of America, if it drops a little lower, I probably would buy a handful more shares, increase my position on there. Because Bank of America it's not going anywhere. Two, it'll probably, the only thing I can think of change about that stock is it's going to increase its dividend. And that would be very beneficial for you guys if you were getting in on the $13 purchase, because I think it's going to jump up to $20 by June as people realize that they're actually doing pretty well. PPL, they don't refine oil, but they certainly buy it and use it, and they also do sell it for people who have oil homes, or have oil heaters in their homes. But they also do a lot of they survive off of the price of what they buy from the power plant of electricity. So they're another good thing to buy, and they pay very high dividends, and they're very cheap right now. It's probably going to end up being around $40 if the market starts rallying again. I think that's the highest it's going to go, but I think it's going to just slowly inch up and plateau, and then it'll take a while for it to plateau again. As far as oil, I think oil is going to go up probably to $40 a barrel, maybe $45. But I also think it's going to cap for a while, and I think it's going to go down again, and then it's going to stabilize. Because as you know, Iran comes on, starts pumping in more. There's just tons and tons of oil getting into the market, and tons of machines are using less of oil-based products, such as cars using less gas than they did 30 years ago. even if it is a gas guzzler now by today's standards, it probably was a fuel efficient car 30 years ago. And people are buying newer cars, so that does affect the price, because as you buy a newer car, it first off, it works more efficiently than your old car, and then on top of that, it's designed to be a little bit more fuel efficient. So it's just a matter of time to see where oil goes, and that's all I have for you guys. It's just definitely a very volatile market. You know, we're going back and forth, up and down. People say no, but it's a volatile. It's like today we could be up 200, or we could be down 500. So I really couldn't tell you like what to expect. All I can say is keep a lot of cash on hand, because eventually we'll truly bottom out on this market. And we bottomed out a little bit at the end of the week last week, but I think it was because large institutional buyers were starting to sop up cheap stocks at a cheap price to make a fortune. And you know, and that's what hedge funds do, and you know, these big funds do. So I think that was kind of a false rally. But you know, guys, stay sharp, respect the process, stay focused, keep your emotions out, make money, and stay true to your strategy. Never give up on it. Only reevaluate when you got the next big thing. So with that said, comment, like, subscribe. You know, we hit 1/10 of our objective. Help me get to 2/10. Help me get to 200 subscribers. Like the Facebook page, like it. We're trying to get to 100 likes. We're 20% of the way there. Let's go. Like the page. Also, comment as much as you want on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. If you got questions, comment them there, and I will answer them as quickly as possible. Feel free to comment amongst each other. You know, help each other do stock research. I'll try my best to give videos on stock picks you want me to do my research on. With that said, good hunting, and I'll see you next time.